the Great British Manufacturing Podcast, brought to you by MTD, MFG and Jefferson.
Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Great British Manufacturing Podcast. On this week's show, we review the latest positive news from the British manufacturing sector, and we try and dispel the negative narrative that some may see in other areas of the media. We do this one podcast at a time. We also have a very special guest who you may not know, but you would have definitely listened or watched his work. He's no other than MTD's marketing manager, Will Watson. But before we introduce him, I'd like to highlight some of the good old positive news. I'm Joe Reynolds, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Stuart Whitehead. Stuart, a warm welcome.
Hello, Joe. Some cracking stories this week, so very much looking forward to it.
The first one, Warburtons have unveiled a 56 million investment programme. That's a lot of dough.
It certainly is, Joe. Well done. Bolton-based Warburtons, Britain's biggest bakery brand, has unveiled a huge investment programme, as you say, to enhance its manufacturing and distribution capabilities. Family-owned firm is investing £8 million installing a new crumpet line at its Burnley bakery. No comment needed there, Joe, which will be operational in October. It's also building a new £18 million factory at its Stockton site dedicated to producing Warburtons' popular thin bagels, and that will open in June next year. 3 new distribution depots in Widnes, Bogdan Regis and Banbury will also be opened. And the firm is creating 150 new jobs. Great news from a great brand.
Yeah, and we'll move on to the next one. AstraZeneca. They're in the news all the time because of their successful vaccine programme. But they've got a new facility and it's for another very important programme.
So Rochdale-based BES has begun the construction of a further sterile production facility for the Zoladex cancer drug at AstraZeneca's Macclesfield campus. Last year, AstraZeneca invested £380 million in new advanced medicine manufacturing facility and a global medicines packaging centre at the Cheshire site. Its campus in Macclesfield, which employs more than 3,000 people, is the UK's largest medicines development and advanced manufacturing site and is a global centre of excellence for the group, which exports more than 50 medicines to 130 countries worldwide.
Yeah, it's a very successful business. Speaking of successful businesses, a consortium led by Rolls-Royce have unveiled a new programme. This has got a lot of visibility on social media this last week, and there's 40,000 good reasons why.
Incredible traction this week on social media, as you say. This is a small modular reactor programme led by Rolls-Royce, but also includes the likes of Atkins, Bam Nuttall, Jacobs, Lang O'Rourke. The members are developing a factory-built nuclear power station, and they've unveiled an improved design this week and an increase in output. Each compact reactor will now generate 470 megawatts, enough to provide electricity to 1 million homes. The programme is expected to create 40,000 British jobs, generate £52 billion of economic benefit. 80% of the power station's components will be made in the UK. The consortium's also targeting the export market, which could be worth £250 billion. Memoranda of understanding are already in place with Estonia, Turkey and the Czech Republic.
It's incredible, isn't it? If all that comes off, and I'm sure it will, that's some success. But I'll stop you there if I can, as I'd like to introduce Will Watson. Will, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Stu. How you doing?
We're all good. We're great. Just briefly, can you give us an overview of MTD, specifically the MTD MFG manufacturing news site and the programs it produces, the SME Focus, Factory Talk, and of course, this podcast?
Yeah, sure. So MTD is a media company that operates within the engineering and manufacturing sectors. You'll probably have seen our videos on YouTube covering precision engineering CNC machinery. We have 5 channels covering different audiences. One of those being MTD MFG, which is a news website, but it also hosts the podcast, this podcast, along with the weekly shows such as Factory Talk and SME Focus.
Yeah, absolutely. And just Factory Now, give us a little insight into the initiative. What is it?
So Factory Now is a platform that the MTD and Jefferson launched at the start of the pandemic. We did plan to launch it a little bit later than that, but we brought it forward due to the sort of slowdown of the industry. We thought we could serve the industry well by bringing it forward. And it's a platform that provides manufacturers, whether that be in OEMs or SMEs, to showcase themselves through content and social media with an aim to assist in shortening supply chains, win work, and promote career openings.
The quality and the quantity of the content on Factory Now is amazing. It's been incredibly well received. Would you mind just giving us an overview and name check possibly some current members?
Yeah, sure. So current members include world-famous JCB. You guys probably know them from their big yellow diggers. Sage, the accounting software company. London Electric Vehicle Company, who are making the electric cabs that are going around London. SD Technologies and Venari Group, just to name but a few.
No, certainly a wide array. And like you say, it's great to have the large manufacturers with the SMEs all on one platform, isn't it? So in terms of benefits of membership, I mean, one of the areas that people have said to me that they really like is being able to combine written content, video content. Would you mind just giving, some further benefits of membership to people less familiar with the platform?
Yeah, sure. So one of the benefits is that they're having their news stories situated alongside the news stories that we normally cover. They can mix and match their content on their media wall. They've got full editorial control of their content and the association with a news platform such as MTD, MFG.
No, it makes perfect sense, Will, and I think that's one of the unique aspects of the platform. I think the other aspect is the sheer volume of traffic that the new site generates, and all the factory members benefit from, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, we literally see thousands of visitors to the platform every day. So having your content being discovered on the same website as all of that traffic is helping our members massively.
Yeah, it's absolutely, to me, it's a no-brainer, to be honest with you. It's a no-brainer. But how do people find out more? Arrange a phone call, things like that. How do people find out more?
Sure. Just reach out to any of our profiles on social media. So you've got Jefferson, you've got MTDMFG, or you could visit the landing page, which is mtdmfg.com/factory now. If you fill out the inquiry form, one of us guys will give you a call back.
So the final one for me, Will, tell us about the app, the MTD MFG app. What's it about and where can we get it?
Yeah, so the MFG app is essentially our offering for your mobile phone device. It's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. It's had decent uptake so far, and I'd encourage anyone that wants to have instant notifications of when news stories are breaking to download the app.
No, I certainly strongly recommend downloading the app. It's fantastic, and exclusive content on there and news in real time. It's superb. Thanks so much for the insight, Will. Absolutely fascinating.
Well, yeah, no, seriously, Will, thanks for joining us. And I'm sure we'll have you back on the podcast soon. Good luck editing this and pulling it together, and keep up the good work.
Cheers, guys.
So, Stu, WFEL, they've opened a new facility and they make a really clever product, don't they?
Absolutely. The British manufacturer, best known for making military bridges, as you say, it's opened a new multi-million-pound production facility at its Cheshire site. Boxer infantry vehicles for the British Army will be built at the new factory as part of the Artec Consortium's £2.3 billion contract with the MOD. We believe that this latest investment will create more than 100 new jobs. Very welcome news.
Absolutely, absolutely. And McCormick, they've launched another recruitment drive in Peterborough. That's fantastic for the Peterborough area.
Yeah, good in investment news, which is always very popular. American-owned McCormick, one of the world's leading suppliers of spices and condiments, broke ground on a new factory in Peterborough last September and is now gearing up for the opening of the new site. The Maryland headquartered firm expects to create 300 jobs when the facility is fully operational and has launched an initial recruitment campaign this week.
Yep, food manufacturer Cranswick. For people that aren't aware of these, Stu, maybe you can just tell us how big this company is. But yeah, they've got plans for another facility.
Huge organisation, one of the UK's leading food producers. And so we've got the spices and condiments from McCormick. Now we've got some chicken, Joe. British food manufacturer is building a new £25 million breaded chicken facility in Hull, which is expected to create 200 jobs when it opens in 2023. And over the last year or so, the investment by the company has been enormous. They've recently opened a new £20 million cut bacon facility in the same city, which is now fully operational.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that part of the world. So the next story, Stuart, it's one of my favourite, good old British brand, Norton Motorcycles. They've got a new management team as it prepares its next round, its next future growth.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see these back, and they're also, incredibly well received when we post about them on social media. And undergoing a comprehensive transformation since being bought out of administration by TVS Motor Company. They've appointed a new CEO, a new chief technical officer, and Norton's update on the new factory as well. Norton's new facility in Solihull is taking shape. Bikes are being built, and an official opening is planned for the very near future. 110 people are now employed at the Midlands site, which is fantastic, and can't wait to to visit them when they open the site, Joe. Hopefully we'll be doing some filming there as well.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, I look forward to that for sure. So the final story this week, Jaguar Land Rover, posted its latest sales results. It's a spectacular recovery by JLR.
Certainly is. So Britain's biggest car maker sold over 120,000 vehicles in the first 3 months of this year, up 12.5% or nearly 12.4% year on year. Firm posted pre-tax profits of 534 million for the quarter before charges. And this is further good news for the UK's automotive sector. You know, we over the last couple of podcasts, we've talked about record sales for Bentley. We talked about strong growth for Aston Martin, and a third shift has been introduced at Vauxhall's plant in Luton.
Spectacular news from Jaguar Land Rover there. That's the end of the show for this week. There's a lot more news on MTDMFG.com. So if you do want to look at the latest manufacturing news, go and check it out. But as I say, that brings the end of the show. A big thank you to Will Watson for taking time out of his day. Big thank you to my co-host, Stuart Whitehead. But more importantly, thank you at home for listening. We'll see you next week.
To the Great British Manufacturing Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a rating and a review. You can find us on Twitter using @MTDMFG and @Jefferson_MFG.